Pianos have a soul. They live for hundreds of years. I like to think of the Pianodrome as a spiritual resting place for these pianos and these stories that they contain and the histories that they contain. Leith is a part of Edinburgh which had its heyday maybe at the time that the piano had its heyday. 100 years ago or so, it was the main port of Edinburgh and was presumably the source of Edinburgh's wealth. Leith's been neglected, but now it's in a very rapid process of renewal. My intention with putting the Pianodrome here is to be just a small part of that process of saying, hey, look, there's cool stuff going on here.
So the Pianodrome is an amphitheatre. It's 100 seats for 100 people, and the whole thing is right down to the screws, made entirely from pianos.
There's already so much more light! Community build in action. Camilla was interested to get involved. She brought along her pal Matt, so we have some new friends. In my more optimistic moments, I think, well, what I can do is work with my hands and my imagination, and I can take what other people would see as junk and turn it into beautiful sculpture and give it a new life.
Where did that snowball?
Your screw's still there.
In my eye, certainly, the flaky paint walls and the scars that it have really talk about the history of the building and the fact that it was derelict for most of its life. So I think it's really important to retain some of that. The building was a gift to the people of Leith. Here you can see these fabulous ticket booths, which were original to the 1930s when it was built. You can also see this fantastic staircase. We have a really vibrant arts community in Leith, and we need to bring them all together and we need them to speak to each other.
The reopening of Leith Theatre is really exciting in terms of music venues. Leith is the one part of Edinburgh where the industrial past is really evident still today. And I think as a result, the community here it does have a different feel. There's a different mix of buildings. I think there's more possibilities for rehearsal spaces and creating interesting art and people getting together. It is a really multicultural place, and it's changed a lot in the last decade or two, from old Leithers that don't see themselves as being part of Edinburgh at all, through to folk that have moved into the expensive new developments and anything and everything in between. But if you're on a night out in Leith, you'll definitely run into all kinds of characters. Yeah, it's a great place to be.
Persevere. I think it's a good motto, isn't it? It really feels like it sums up what Leith Theatre is about, and the Pianodrome as well.
Creativity is very important for my own sanity in an increasingly insane world. I suppose it must be important to other people. If I have an opportunity to open a space for people to share their creativity, then I'll take it.
Art is important for all people. It's vital to human life, and I'm glad it's happening in Leith now. It was a neglected area for years. So it's even better that people are travelling from elsewhere to come to Leith and taste some of the life of Leith, which is very exotic.